out. And a great job of the tight end getting open in the end zone. He held it just long enough to be able to get the ball to him for the score.
On to kick the extra point, Chad Fife. His first attempt was perfect. And the Tri West Bruins want to call a timeout with 2:47 left to play here in the opening half. It's 13-12 after spotting the Carroll Cougars a couple touchdowns. Tri West has come back and done it with some big plays.
Absolutely, and that was that key touchdown pass that really got him rolling, because on the next defensive series they were able to come up with a stop and get the ball back, and they've really opened up the playbook here in the second quarter.
So the all-important extra point coming up now. Carroll's already missed on, had one blocked, and missed on a two-point conversion attempt. And that is enabled with the second touchdown, the Tri West Bruins to go on top by a point.
Going to try and get them a 3-point lead with the 2-point conversion here, put them up a field goal. Back to a conventional offensive set.
Split backs in the backfield. Cap the left halfback. Eric Smith, the right halfback, now motion. And the quarterback crouched back to throw, fires, and it's incomplete on the goal line. The intended receiver was Aaron Gibbs. Just a little bit out of his reach. Tri-West drive. 78 yards in 6 plays, 2 minutes and 57 seconds the time it took to put the ball in the end zone, and there we see the incomplete pass on the 2-point conversion attempt.
Just off the fingertips, it looked like he had 2 guys in that area, just a little bit wide. Now it'll be up to Carroll to answer the challenge that Tri-West has thrown at him. It seems like we've had 2 different games here. Carroll first quarter won, and now Tri-West coming back to win the second quarter, so I think we're going to have a terrific ball game the rest of the way. I think both teams now have kind of found themselves offensively, and we may have a real shootout going.
Well, it's interesting because both of these teams have played such good defense during the season. We expected to see some of that here today, but the offenses have really won out. Kick going to be taken by Hamilton at the 10. He's at the 20, and some running room out to the 25, 26-yard line before it was brought down by Trevor Buchanan. The defenses this season, 5th-ranked Carroll, just 25 points allowed in 5 playoff games, 2 shutouts. Tri-West surrendered just 27 points in 5 tournament games, 3 shutouts for the Bruins. Certainly it has been the offenses, though, that have sparkled here in the first half.
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of a surprise to everyone because they have played such outstanding defense all year. But you look at those people that they have in the skilled positions on both sides of the field here in offense, and you can see where there could be some points thrown up.
Well, Carroll scoring 417 points on the season. Tri-West 354, so the offense is certainly potent. Quarterback Hood on the keeper, runs it for about 5 yards. For Trevor Buchanan brings him down at about the 31-yard line. It'll be second down and 5.
Just a quarterback keeper all the way, trying to get outside as he did a little bit earlier in the ball game, and Tri-West people getting to the ball in a hurry now.
Inside of 2 minutes left in the first half. Carroll taking an awful lot of time. Cougars do have all 3 timeouts left. Handoff to Sergio Hernandez. He leaps over one player and vaults forward for the first down. Chris Voles made the tackle. And about a 7-yard pickup that time out to the 38.
Pretty good field position. I'm a little surprised that they haven't hurried it up a little bit and maybe take a shot. They do have an outstanding passing game.
90 seconds to play, and back to throw is Matt Hood. He's got 3 receivers downfield. Somebody's open, but pressure. Ball is tipped and incomplete. Ron Smith, who had 12 sacks during the season, came in there and really pressured Matt Hood that time, and hit him just as he threw the football, and that was up for grabs. And the Cougars that time lucky it was not picked off.
Well, Matt Hood had a man wide open, no one within 15 yards of him down the left sideline. So this is a terrific play by the defensive end, putting pressure on him. If he's able to get that one down there, we had a touchdown for Carroll. So a great play by the defensive line.
Colin Fairburn almost picked that one off, and somebody jumped up front. Jamie Hernandez jumping offside. That'll cost the Carroll Cougars 5 yards. It'll be second down and 15 after the penalty. After the Cougar offense started out so strong, struggling a little bit here as we head toward halftime, a minute 19 to play. Carroll now 4 penalties for 35 yards. Single setback is Vega. 3 receivers to the right side. Hernandez in the slot. And the delay to Vega, and that fooled absolutely no one. Kevin Jones wrapped him up in the backfield.
Tri West defensive front really coming to the ball here. They've got 4 people in on the tackle.
Now with the 3rd and 15, Tri West is going to call a timeout. Our coach Mark Haste thinking maybe his team will get another chance here in the first half with the 3rd and 15, still a minute 5 to play. And if the Bruins defense can hold here, Tri West could get pretty good field position. Still a minute left on the clock.
Now, the way their passing game has looked in the last series and a half, there's no field position that's too bad for them.
That's the second Bruin timeout. Tri West will have 1 left. Well, the passing game has been it for Tri West. 4 completions for over 100 yards. Rushing game, on the other hand, has been the bread and butter of the Carroll Cougars. 27 carries, 135 yards, so about equal in total offense, but each team has done it in different ways. In the shotgun now is Matt Hood. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Wide receiver to the top as well. Hood looking. He's going to scramble now, still looking downfield. Fires, and he has a receiver open, but underthrows Mike Lowe. He was wide open, though. It looked like zone defense that time, and somebody lost Mike Lowe.
Yeah, Mike Lowe got open, but the problem was the pressure from the inside. Ron Smith, again, was able to get a little bit of pressure on him as he tries to set, and he really couldn't get anything on it and get it down there to get the completion. So, again, it's the defensive pressure from the defensive line. It looked like also Paul Haste was in there, too, to put pressure on him, and just couldn't set up and throw.
Jason Ward, the closest defender on the last play. Kick by Hood. Going out of bounds, and not a particularly good kick. And with 50 seconds to play, Tri West will start with the football on its own 40-yard line. So good field position for the Bruins, who have scored on their last 2 possessions after going 3 downs and a punt on the first 2 possessions of the ball game. No return on the punt, obviously, as it went out of bounds. A kick just 27 yards. So we'll see if Tri West here really opens up the playbook, and they really already have to this point, but comes out throwing the football. Split backs in the pro set. Jeremiah Crouch under center. 3 receivers out of the pattern. Dumps it out to one of the backs, David Catt. And Catt is going to be roughed up after the incomplete pass. And a personal foul going to be called on Jeremy Francis. And that, the 5th Carroll penalty, is going to cost him significant yardage, moving the ball all the way into Carroll territory with 46 seconds left to play here in the first half.
That's a key penalty. No time runs off the clock, and you gain 15 yards, and that's going to put them in pretty good field position to, if no more than get into range to maybe kick a field goal.
50 yards in penalties in the first half for the Carroll Cougars. Official was not hesitant at all about throwing that flag. That'll move it all the way to the 45-yard line of Carroll. Tri West quickly at the line of scrimmage. As soon as the ball is set for play, they will go. Two receivers out to the left side. That's the bottom of your screen. And the I formation. Cat behind Smith. Fires out to Voles. Voles trying to get out of bounds. Can't do so, and he picked up a yard. Good defensive play that time by Sean Ford. Second time out, or third time out, rather. Called by Tri West.
Just a quick pass out to the wideout, hoping that maybe he could break a tackle and get some yardage, and Carroll had that played really well.
Coach, we talk so much about momentum, and certainly Carroll came out and was ready to play, and Tri West was not at the beginning of this ball game, but going to the locker room, not only leading by a point in the scoreboard right now, but Tri West has the momentum. Carroll's going to have to regroup at halftime and come out and play like they did at the beginning of this football game.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to just go back to the things that got them the touchdowns to begin with. They've made some mistakes penalty-wise on their offensive team that hurt them on the third time that they had the football. So I think they're going to have to just go back and take a look at what got them the two touchdowns to start with, and it's really key for them to shut Tri West down on this series, because they do get the ball to start the second half, and when you go in at halftime, if you're even, you don't feel too bad because you're going to get the ball and you figure, well, there's a score and that puts us up a touchdown. But if they give up a touchdown here, that just gets them back even with a touchdown to start it. So this is really a key series for them.
Two receivers to the top of the screen. Now David Kett goes in motion out of the eye. Four receivers out on the pattern. Firing it downfield is Crouch, and it's picked off by Frank Vega. Vega can run the football. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's got one man to beat, and he's going to knock him out of bounds. The quarterback, Jeremiah Crouch, took him down at the 25-yard line. Well, Crouch has been intercepted 12 times coming into this ball game, and there he threw it right to Frank Vega.
Yeah, Frank Vega was just dropping into the middle zone area, and we've already seen him on offense, so he's turned offense in a hurry, and he's just running through people. And a big play by Jeremiah Crouch to get him knocked out of bounds.
22 seconds to play, and Carroll still has all of its timeouts. Frank Vega, we've already talked about him offensively. Defensively, he leads this Carroll team in tackles with 140. They're a big interception to stop a Tri West drive and give Carroll a chance to score before the half. Back to throw is Hood. Pressure, and he's going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line. Ron Smith was there. So was Kevin Jones. Carroll calls a timeout.
I think this has been the big difference in Tri West from that opening quarter to this quarter. Their defensive ends are getting upfield and putting some pressure on the quarterback, and here a big sack to take him out of field goal range.
Check that. It was Matt Pendleton in there with Ron Smith that time. And exactly right. The pressure came from the outside, but not a lot of room for Hood to step up in the pocket and avoid it either. 13 seconds now left to play. And it'll be second down and about 19. The 9-yard loss all the way back to the 35-yard line. Ron Smith on the season, 12 sacks. He's gotten in there a couple times. He's been in the face of Matt Hood about every time he's tried to throw the football. So with a couple plays left here in the half, Carroll may Decide to go to the back couple pages of the playbook and try to pull something out of here.
I think Carroll